Oh, hey. So today we're going to be taking pinch pots to a whole nother level, second level. We're going to take two pieces of clay that are roughly the same size. It's a great way to start. What you need to do is turn the first one into a pinch pot. All right, let me do this. Got one of them done. Now I'm going a little bit thicker than I was going before. I want to have a little bit of strength and stability to this. So think about your pinky. It's a little thinner than that. But if we're getting really, really thin, it's going to be problematic for joining this together. The other thing is you want to make sure you have enough clay on the rim part. You're going to be putting the clay together right there. So if it's really thin, it's going to be pretty tricky to do. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let me see if I can do this one. So it's all pretty thin. Like I said, it's thick, thinner than my pinky is, but not a ton. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find two hemispheres. I'm going to get it so that if I put two together, it makes basically a sphere. And what likely happens when you do this is one is a little bit bigger than the other one. So just take whichever one's smaller. And don't just stretch out a whole bunch. Just give it a little bit of pinching. Just do a little bit, because sometimes people go too far and then you have to make the other one larger, and then next thing you know, everything's falling apart. So, all right, looks like it's going to work out pretty good. So next thing I need to do is I need to join these together. So I already mentioned how the top rim is a little bit on the thicker side, and so that'll be great. I'm going to go ahead and score these now. Very important that you score. So you can score with lots of different tools. This little comb piece is pretty slick because it does a whole bunch of it really fast, and a lot faster than like if someone's doing like individual lines like of this, or a knife or something like that, which you certainly can do, absolutely. But the comb thing really does it fast. I like it if things will go fast but still be as good as if you did a slow method. In some ways, you're going to get an even better series of scoring marks. So it's good. So once I have scoring, I'm going to go ahead and add the slip. So scoring and slipping, they go together. And I just want to get it so that it's getting into all those grooves. It'll give something for the slip to grab onto when it gets in those little grooves. So it seems kind of funny when you do it and you'll make all those grooves in there and then you'll cover them up right away. But it's getting down in there, and when it dries, it's grabbing on to more clay and giving it, it's like it takes it from glue to super glue. Going from just adding slip to adding slip with it being scored. All right, so it's like I'm putting frosting all over it. Trust me though, it does not taste very good. I've heard. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these together, and I should have a sphere. Two hemispheres make a sphere. Now, in doing so, there's still going to be some irregularities where it's like, oh, that is a little bit bigger than the one next to it, and that's okay. But I'm trying to have it so it's pretty even. There's not like one area sticks out more here, but then less over there. So I'm going around. I'm not pushing really hard, but I'm trying to get full contact, that the slip is truly connecting both, and I'm not having any gaps between them, like I can't see inside of it all. It's kind of like a brain. So now what I'm going to do is I want to be able to put them together. Now, I've seen many times in the years that I've been teaching people that they're like, oh, I need to get rid of this crack right here, and they'll just cover it with slip, thinking, yeah, it looks great. Never a good idea. It's very hard to work with, and too much water gets into your clay. It's all going to turn into mush, and you're not going to be able to work with it. So instead, this clay is pretty soft still because, one, I used some soft clay and I didn't take too long to make the pinch pots. But the second reason is now I've just added that slip, which just added water to that area right there. So it should be pretty movable. Now, my fingers are not clean. I had some slip on there. I'm not going to add slip now. I want it to be a little bit sticky. So when I do this, I'm going to just pull across. Now, I'm not trying to move slip. I'm trying to move the actual clay. And fingers, thumbs, whatever. Now, in fact, the slip is getting in the way of this working really well. Every time I accidentally touch some slip, it just slips by and nothing happens. And so what will happen is I need to get it to the point that that slip is out of the way, and then I'm able to pull it across. Whether I pull it downward or upward or up and downward, then I'm just trying to go across, and you want to make that line disappear. I don't want to see it, but also I want to make sure that area joins together permanently. All right, so what I'm doing here, I have that side looking pretty good. There's not much showing in terms of the line. It's pretty much gone. So now I just need to go ahead and do the rest of it.